Section 2 Wealth. Chapter number 5 Delegate with Responsibility. If one want to grow, one need to build a team. If one has a team, he need to delegate. And if one delegates, he must delegate with responsibility. What does this mean? Most people in the world delegate, but when things are not done properly, or not done on time, or not done just the way they want it, they get very upset, and that it was not executed the way they wanted it done. When things don't go your way, when people don't follow your instruction verbatim, when people doesn't listen to you, and when people do things differently and consequently something turn into a failure, then it is the most important time to reflect and introspect. Are you crushing them, complaining about them, passing the buck to them, or have you taken the responsibility of seeing how you have been responsible in creating such a situation? Once you realize and comprehend the thought, I am responsible for that situation, you go to the next level of learning, which takes you one step forward towards being wealthy. I am responsible for the situation means I own up for the situation. Own up for it because at the end of the day, I am it's my show and I have chosen to appoint those people. Delegation for me started when I was 18 years of age and I started my business. The first thing I did was to appoint a secretary who would file all the documents and write all the checks. I remember the time when she was getting a salary rupees 5000 and she was earning more than what I was earning. I never complained as I knew at the time that it was because she was doing that work that I was getting the time to think and to plan the strategies as to how to take my business to the next level. In the early 90s, I was fully involved in my business. We had about 100 workers at that time, but only 6 to 8 were reporting to me. The rest of them were carigars who were reporting to my brothers. I was learning to delegate to more and more people at that time. But when started our SSY school, met Rishikul Vidyalaya 10 years ago, all of a sudden, there were so many departments and so many people. I found that I had to give different direction to different people. There was a pre-primary section, a primary section as well as academics, sports, arts and various other division. So delegation becomes very important for running the school. That is the time I started to delegate a lot, and I began discovering that a lot of work would not be done the way I wanted. So I began to look at it from the point of view of how I was responsible for the same, and in the process learned something new with every step. Every time things did not happen my way, I ask myself in what way I am responsible for the creation of this situation. Most of the time, I would get answers such as I was not clear in my communication, or I did not give proper direction, or I have not created a proper system to ensure that it happens the way I wish it to, and I have not trained my people to be motivated and capable. This is what happened in all organization. The boss is so much in hurry that he gave his instruction and direction very fast and mostly verbally, which are not understood and interpreted in the right manner by the subordinates. Why? Because most of the time they do not listen properly. People are generally not good listener. So one need to go give the instruction in writing. The people to whom I would delegate would say yes to what I say, but would not do it and would give excuses for forgetting, etc. Hence, I would retreat to myself the following points. I am not clear enough in giving instruction. I am not patient enough to let them write the instruction down. I am not calm enough to witness things going the other way. So, in this process, we come out with something new called the thought pad. I would give all the instruction and wait for the person to write them down. This practice instead my patience, my calmness, and my okayness. It also increased the efficiency of my person receiving the instruction and the chance of the results I got being positive. The important principle involved in growth through a team is the following. I delegate with responsibility. Responsibility means taking the blame and the failure in the right spirit and learning from the each step. Learning why it did not work is the most important step in creating wealth and living in abundance. You course or complain that things are not happening the way you wanted, and it sucks your energy and pulls you down, and you feel totally lost. On the other hand, if you notice that in every situation there is a message and there's something to learn, you take the learning and create better policies and system. Take your efficiency to the next level. Your team members feel motivated because you have taken the blame and not passed it on to them. Amazoni is a perfect example for this in modern day cricket. They start revering you and looking upon you as a leader. This is where Samadhi meditation comes in. The more we meditate, more we become a calm and peaceful and silent. In silence, one automatically becomes responsible. The more you enter into silence, the cleaner your delegation becomes, and the more effective the decision made become. The better your decision, the more the wealth you create. This happens only when the entire team is joyful. Joyfulness is the result of silence. So never complain about your team member. Take the responsibility and check out what is lacking in yourself and whether that is making that particular task not being carried out the way you want it. Then enter into silence. Create policies and system out of silence and take your product or service to the next level. You may not be able to change a person, but you can build policies and streamline execution once you yourself are calm and silent. This will bring about a change in the person. Take out 3 to 4 days in month for meditative retreat and enter your fullness within. This will ensure that you become a calm and peaceful person who can delegate with responsibility, thus creating more and more wealth. Thank you. Here we come to end of this chapter number 5 and I thank you.